Good evening. A Talk on a Path Without a Path by Yog Nanak. Taoism is a Chinese philosophy attributed to Lao Tzu, which contributed to the folk religion and the people primarily in the rural area of China and became the official religion and the country under the Tang dynasty. Taoism is therefore both a philosophy and a religion. Those who know, not by word, not by scriptures, not by ritual, but by actually living life, from amongst those who are very few, and from amongst those yet fewer persons who have known, have ceaselessly endeavored to reveal what they have known. Lao Tzu is one of them, and one of the ancient wise master. But the very first experience of those enlightened ones who have tried to express what they have known is my gratitude to them from my heart. Before we understand what medicine is, we need to understand what health is. English word health is very immature, as it does not help us understand what health is. It only explains what disease is. So we need to go back in ancient time to understand. The Sanskrit word swastha means I am in myself full, healthy from mind, body and spirit. I am content in myself. I am flowing with positive energy and willing to share with others. I am gone beyond death is the meaning of swasthya, or we can say health. Taoism starts with very first notion, that which says not being in the mind, but beyond the mind. Now if someone wishes to take a picture of the sky, they can never be. Whatever picture is made, it will not be of the sky, for space in which embodies everything. A picture cannot contain anything in it. In itself is surrounded by space or the sky. In words will be like the sky depicted in a picture. No bird can fly in the sky of a picture. No sun comes out in the morning or stars at the night. It is dead for all purposes and the sky only in name. The sky cannot be a picture. The greatest difficulty that a person encounters when he sets forth to express truth is that no sooner the truth is converted into words, it becomes untruth. It becomes just what it is not, a false. Then what was to be conveyed remained unsaid. Taoism medicine is 60% in self-healing, then helping others with awareness, compassion, and devotion, and 40% is physical modalities. Tao is a peerless word. Try to understand it fully, the full meaning, so we can proceed with ease. One interpretation of Tao is the way. What sort of path is Tao? It is like a path that a bird makes in the sky as it flies. The path is formed, but it's not fixed. All other paths leave marked behind, which make it easy for others to follow. Tao is a path like the bird makes in the sky. There are no footprints left behind for the convenience of others to follow. If we visualize a path that is unconstructed, a path where there are no footprints, a path that no other person can create for you, you travel as you travel, the path is formed, then we can interpret Tao as the way. But such a path we see nowhere. Therefore, it is proper to call Tao the way, or a path without a path. Another interpretation of Tao is religion, but religion not in the sense that we generally understand. Religion here is what the ancient rishis or monks meant. Religion means the regulation that holds all within itself. The ultimate law that holds all existence is the Tao religion. And this religion is not akin to the Hindu, the Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, Sikhism, or Jain religion. Religion is the absolute law of existence. Religion means the eternal law of life, but all laws are limited. Tao is a law that has no boundaries, a boundaryless and eternal full religion. When we express this as Dharmam Sharanam Gacchami in Pali language, which means going in the shelter of one and the self-truth. Creation is born out of disorder, anarchy. Out of the chaos comes create, for it will have to plunge into chaos to end itself. Then we say the principle, we leave out chaos, but this too is part of the existence. Everything in the existence does not occur with principle, or else life would become worthless, mechanical. There is something in the existence that happens outside the law. Whatever is non-significant obeys the principle, but the most profound experience of life follow no regulations. They come suddenly, uncalled, without any cause, and knock at the door and open your heart with so much love, so much compassion, or rip you apart without any reason. You cannot put this experience in logic. And this understanding that logic is unlogic, Taoism is the way to understand this. Lao Tzu says at the same time, it is neither the enduring nor the unchanging Tao. And if God also changes, can we call him a God? And if the path also changes, can we call a path? And if the truth changes, can we call, or it can be called, truth? What is expected of truth is that no matter how much we go astray, how further away we wander, when we reach, it will still be the same, absolutely same. Whenever we are, however we are, after wandering for countless births, when we reach the door, it will still be the same that it ever was. Lao Tzu teachings were based on the statement, "There is nothing," that was difficult to be digested by the most people. We are ready to concede that thought should be extinct, but I should exist. Liberation will be good, but I must be. I must remain. This is the problem. Buddha pronounced, "Even the soul is not." This also is a thought. This understanding is the way of Taoism. When Tertullian, the devotee of Jesus, was urged to speak on Jesus, he described him to give him examples or explain what Jesus was like. He used to reply, "Do not force me." Jesus was just as he was. He was just like himself. He could not be compared to others. What will happen in the state of Tao? What remains is that which you have never known before. This must be said, and there will be no thoughts there, not even the thought that I am thoughtless, and yet a conscious remains, such consciousness as you ever known before. The truth is, there is no duality outside of the mind. Outside the mind is the undivided whole, where or there is no experience of the absolute, and even so much that you can say it's like this. At the most, what you can say is, "Neti, neti, it is not like this, it is not like that." Lao Tzu says, "Nameless is the creation of existence, the origin of all the existence, and the name is the mother of all the objects." Therefore, we cannot give a name to Paramatman or God, for as soon as we name him, he becomes an object. Whatever we name becomes an object. If we give a name to Atman, it becomes an object. And if we do not name, even a stone becomes Atman, a soul. If we attribute no name, if our mind does not create a name, and if without words, without names, we look even at a stone, the God's consciousness will reveal himself to us in that mere stone. Even if we give a name to a heart pulsating with love, my son, my mother, my lover, then this throbbing heart becomes a dead piece of stone. Names convert consciousness into object. Living names and objects turn into living consciousness. Lao Tzu breaks existence into two parts in order to explain. He divided it into heavens and the earth. By earth, he means matter. By heaven, he means experience, perception, feelings, consciousness, understanding. So according to him, the creation of all the matter and all the consciousness is nameless. Heaven is an experience, whereas earth is a state of order, a condition. In the days of Lao Tzu, earth was meant to convey the meaning of the matter, and heaven was used to convey the meaning of consciousness. For the experience of heaven was felt by understanding, by feeling. Lao Tzu had used those two terms in this context. Matter conveys the meaning of rigidity immobility. Heavenly conveys the meaning of consciousness, the feeling. The primary source of all matter and all the consciousness is nameless, and the process of attributing name is the mother of all the objects. Lao Tzu has given it a beautiful name, Wu Wei, action through inaction. You can call it creative quatitude, a process that combines within a single individual two seemingly incompatible supreme activity and supreme relaxation. That's the paradox of creativity. If you see a painter painting, certainly he is active, utterly active, madly active. He is all action. Or you see a dancer dancing, he is all action. But still, deep down, there is no actor, no doer, no dancer, no painter. There is all silence. Hence, I called it sound of silence, or creativity, the state of paradox. All beautiful states are paradoxical. The higher you go, the deeper you go into the paradox of the reality. Creative quatitude is the supreme action, a precise suppleness, simplicity, spontaneity, and freedom that flows from us, or rather through us. Private ego and conscious effort yield to a power not their own. Yielding to the power not of your own, surrendering to the power that is beyond you, is called creativity. Meditation is a creativity. And when the ego disappears, the wound in you disappears. You are healed. You are whole. The ego is your dis-ease. And when the ego disappears, you are no longer dormant. You start flowing. You start flowering with the immense flow of existence. This is my experience from my master, Osho, Yog Nanak.